Plaintiff Bianca Carter says she and the defendant met at age 15 and were best friends until the defendant started dating her boyfriend, the co-defendant. Bianca claims the defendant's boyfriend is controlling, and she's suing because after Bianca tried to protect her friend during a fight, her boyfriend smashed Bianca's car windows and caused her to crash. Defendants Terrence Billingsley and his girlfriend Tanika Grayer say on the night in question, Bianca tried to run Terrence over 4 times with her car, and Terrence only threw a cinder block at her to protect himself. Terrence claims Bianca hit him once, and as a result, he couldn't work, so he's countersuing.
Start with you.
Well, me and Tanika have been friends since we were about 15 years old. We were best friends. Our relationship has been really rocky because Terrence is controlling. Anytime she's outside, he's calling her phone, telling her to come home. We're not even close how we used to. We went from seeing each other every day to not seeing each other at all, really.
When did you stop seeing each other at all, really?
About 2 years ago when she started talking to Terrence.
Oh, okay. Did you ask her about it? Did you say, well, girl, why don't I see you anymore?
Because he always want her under him.
Did you ask her?
Yeah, I did.
What'd she say?
She in love with him. She want to be with him.
That's what she said, I'm in love with my man. That's why I don't want to see you.
No, not like that.
What did she say? I'm asking.
Get your own man.
Oh, yeah, get your own man. Is that what she said? What did she say? You laughing, saying the woman just totally stopped speaking and hanging with you.
No,
most friends would say, girl,
okay,
you don't want to hang no more, what's up? and she said something. What did she tell you?
I mean, they live together, so we couldn't hang how we used to hang, go out how we used to go out.
You said, what did she tell you? Obviously, she didn't tell you anything, or you didn't ask her.
No, I didn't ask her, like,
the message.
why don't you, right.
All right, ma'am, you want to give some background?
Yeah, like she said, we've been friends for a long time, and that's about it.
Did you abandon the relationship?
No, it wasn't so much that I abandoned the relationship. It's just that I didn't have enough time. As she was stating, I also was dating Terrence, but I also had a baby 2 years ago as well, too. So it was more responsibilities first and then partying later.
All right. Makes sense. But she didn't try to just come over and visit, maybe offer to babysit for you, or she didn't get along with your man because the relationship could have transitioned into something different than just hanging and partying. For example, it could have been coming over to help. When my wife had children, the girls that she used to run with, they turned into her friends who helped. Or who'd come over and they'd sit there and talk and eat, and that's it, at the house, and play with the kids together. And why didn't it convert into that?
I don't know.
Well, anytime I ask her, does she want me to come over, she'd be like, Terrence don't really like anyone here, so that's why I don't go over.
Did you ever tell her that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then he is controlling.
No, it's not even that, Your Honor. It's just somebody broke in my crib a couple of years ago, and
you think it was her?
No, it's just.
Why you tell her she can't come?
No, it's just I just don't trust nobody in my house no more. I don't know who did it.
Friend can't come over because someone broke in your house.
Them be the ones that get you, Your Honor.
That's why you're getting sued today about the cost of a car.
Yes.
What happened with the car? She might have let it go. You talking crazy. Go ahead.
So on July 17th, Tanika called me. She wanted to go to the club.
Well, she changed her mind. She wanted to go to the club that night. And so who she called? Club lady.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So we went out. We enjoyed ourselves. We left about 5 in the morning because that's the time that the club closed.
So why y'all had to stay there until 5?
She wanted to stay. It was her friend's birthday. I asked her, did she want to leave? She was like, no, I want to stay.
She's partying like a bat out of hell, huh?
It was her friend's birthday.
I'm out. Finally, I'm out. She said, baby, it's time to go. I ain't going. I ain't finished yet. Go ahead.
So when we were leaving the club, she had over 200 missed calls from Terrence.
200?
200.
She did.
Go ahead.
I don't think so.
We went to get breakfast. After we got breakfast, I was taking her home.
About how many?
Maybe about 6 missed calls.
6. Go ahead.
After we got breakfast, we headed to drop her off. He began to call again. When he was calling, he was yelling, screaming, don't come here, stay where you at. I asked her, did she want to go home? She said yes. I proceeded to take her home. By the time we made it to her house, he was sitting on the porch waiting on her. He ran down the stairs, snatched her out the car. When he snatched her out the car, I got out the car because I was scared for her. When I got out the car, he was telling me to get back in my car, all type of crazy stuff. Tanika got back in my car. I proceeded to go around and get back in the car. Before I could start the car up, Terrence began to bust out my side window with a Mr. Purr bottle. When he bust the window out, Tanika hopped out and she was yelling at him, arguing with him.
Right, Your Honor.
Excuse me, I'm talking. She was yelling at him, telling him, "You're gonna pay for her window, you're gonna pay for her window." So now I'm walking around the car. I popped my trunk, he slammed my trunk closed. I popped it again, he slammed it closed again.
You about to get that crowbar.
Yes, I was. I'm mad. You just
to defend yourself.
I don't even know him. I never met this man a day in my life. I probably only seen him once or twice.
I got your point. Go ahead.
So I grabbed the crowbar. He snatched the crowbar out of my hand. He threw it in the bushes. Now Tanika yelling at me, "Call the police." I grabbed my phone. I'm calling the police. I called them about 3 or 4 times. They kept telling me, "Police is on the way. The police is on the way." Me and Tanika got back in the car. Terrence had already walked off when Tanika was screaming, "Call the police." When he walked off, when we got back in the car, I was going home. I seen him, so I sped my car up. I let my anger get the best of me because he snatched my friend out the car. He just bust my window.
You were trying to run him over?
Yes, I was. I didn't succeed, though.
So what did happen?
He moved out the way. I turned back around to come back at him to tell him, "You finna pay for this window."
You turned the car around?
Yes.
To try and hit him a second time?
No.
To do what?
To tell him he finna pay for my car window.
Go ahead.
When I pulled up, he had a big cinder block in his hand. He threw it on the driver's side window, and we swerved and we crashed.
The two of you?
Me and Tanika.
Why do they owe you?
Terrence is the reason I crashed, and Tanika promised me that she was gonna pay for the car.
There you go. Ma'am, did you promise to pay?
No, I promised that I would help her fix her window.
Yes.
I gave her $80 for her window, and I was not going to fix the damage on her car for the simple fact is she ran her car into 2 other cars, and that's how her car got totaled.
But didn't he break 2 windows?
He broke 1 window. He busted one window
When he threw the block, that made me crash.
It didn't
But
hit?
that's after you tried to run me down the third
Yeah,
time.
pretty much.
Tried to run you over a third?
That was the third time she tried to ride me down.
Through the window. I told her to
And
stop,
that's what made me
calm
crash.
down.
No, then you turned back around and tried to hit me again. You hit 2 parked cars when I moved out the way.
When you threw the block, that's what made me crash.
No, you turned around after I threw that block, that cinder block.
Okay, so it was driver's side window while you were driving.
Yes.
So while driving, the cinder block came in, so you lost control. That makes sense, sir. You hit the driver's side while she was driving. So why wouldn't? What you think, she could maintain control?
But she
Exactly.
With a
did
cinder
crash
block
her
coming
car,
through
Your
the
Honor.
window?
She turned after I hit her car with the cinder block, she turned it back around and came at me the 4th time. The 4th time, that's when she
How?
That's when she hit
How
2
could I
parked
possibly
I
cars.
want to try to hit, 4 times.
I
You
got
tried
my
to
witness
run
right
over
here.
him 4 times.
I
I was
got
trying to get him. That's all. I told her to stop. I'm like, calm down, please. You got to think about what you're getting yourself into.
Because the first time she tried to run
It
me
was
down,
just
she
the
hit
heat
me.
of the moment.
And I hopped in the passenger
If I
side
hit you
window.
with that car, you would have been in the hospital.
And I got evidence
Let's
right
be
here.
for real.
I got evidence right here. You clipped my leg. You couldn't catch me that fast. I'm faster than what you think I was.
Your counterclaim for wages, how does she owe you for that?
Because my leg was barely bruised. It was to the white meat when I
So
was.
she did hit you.
She did hit me. She skipped my right leg right here. Well, it's healed now. I'm probably ashy than the joint.
What do you have you want to show me? You were looking at something.
Here you go, the 2 pinches.
Some old bruises?
No, they ain't never old.
Ooh, she did hit you and scar you to the bone.
Them look old.
To the white meat, as they say. All right. Lucky ma'am that he's only asking for his $200. On the $1,970, I'm going to conclude that you all should share that liability. That's what they call contributory negligence. You were negligent in trying to run this man over. I don't know how many times it really was, but you admit to at least one. He was negligent, and your first mistake was coming to snatch her out the car, then putting her in it by breaking her window. Then when she was negligent in trying to run you over, but then you threw the cinder block. Once you got away, you should have kept going. The cinder block, and I agree, would have caused her to lose control. Even though she may have gotten control again, she certainly lost control at that point. And as such, 1,970 divided by 2 is what?
$985.
All right, I'll grant you $985. However, I'm going to grant you, sir, $100. Have a good day.
I hope one day we could all be friends and we could all get along. I never really got to meet you. Nice to meet you, Terrence. You could have really hurt me and Tanika that day, because she was in the car too when you threw that center block. Was you thinking about that? Okay. Well, that's all I really got to say.
I'm just happy it's all over with.
Me too.